Alright, how's it doing, YouTube? Joko here with another coaching video. We're coaching Brooklyn Warlord right now. And Brooklyn Warlord is fighting Hydrochlorite. So he's starting out playing Shoop Grove. Um, hits tab, alright, goes and looks. And instantly goes out and starts targeting Hydrochlorite. Alright, Hydrochlorite's a hood right now. Gets a 5 charge off, deals damage to him. Pretty solid gameplay right here. Alright. Goes and Hydrochlorite gets amazing combos out on him with Scatter. Right now, BK has to back off and tries to approach, but he doesn't really do much. He gets up close to Hydrochlorite and then jumps around him, which is a very good strat because the hoods really have a problem getting super close because of how the projectile works, and how it's super linear. Where Shoop can go, and because of its rate of fire, it goes and just you can kind of turn your aim really easily. And so going up and doing that strategy right there is really nice. Starts out trying to get combos on Hydra and just get charge essentially. Which is what you do. You get shot at by Scatter, and Botmon's behind you. You should back off to the right so you can focus and keep a check on the Botmon while the Botmon hits Hydrochlorate. So someone should be over here, and the Spoder. No one has focused this guy at all the entire game, so there's some flaws right there. Then again, I do understand why you're targeting him. The Botmon can still hit you. You haven't addressed him yet. There's a lot of things wrong with this gameplay. You should just be focusing your there's nothing really you can do about this besides positioning. Right here, you should have definitely moved on the bridge, not gotten stuck right here. Uh, very bad thing for you to get comboed by a hood like that. Yeah, you're getting demolished. You should have switched your focus by definitely before you got hit into that right there. Um, because he is wrecking you right now. So you miss a lot of charges, and he gets you super low. You barely dodged that, so yeah, not good. You're really lacking here in your positioning and your game sense. You missed 5 charge, which is crucial. You have to land those. You got a lot of strings off. Good job laser charging. Getting your ult. That's a great thing to do. Because it's literally just ult charge. And you got a little off of that. Now you have the ultimate. You charge off of Spoder. This is what you should have done when Hydra. You couldn't have killed Hydrochlorite back then because you got drained so far. Just switch your focus for a while. Let the bottom runner of the Spoder kill him. And Hydrochlorite's getting salty in chat. Shoop equal broken. I guess he has to leave the game. So he gets you out. You should have RTL'd one. You got knocked up in the first hit before he hit you with the second multi. You're really low, and which means that two things can happen. You either recover and you have way too low health, or you get back close and you decrease the amount of time you have to recover. When you get knocked out, especially when you're fighting Hoodie can shoot you from a very long ways away, very accurately. It's like next to Skullfire type of aim because their arrows go so quickly. You should have RTL'd back on because A, decrease the amount of time it takes for you to get back, which means that B, you don't take as much damage and your recovery is safer because it's faster. It's more direct, which means that his cooldowns are on. Or it's not really the thing for. Actually, no, HUD does have cooldowns because drawback. They're not much, but they do exist. It applies for other heroes. You want to get back to the stage as quickly as possible. You have yourself get hit. You should have RTL'd straight up to middle or out to the right, and you get killed because of it. Not good. Also, you need to go into any other game that's not Smashers and turn your speed down to none in spectator settings because, yeah, you can't see what's going on in this. It's a great idea to be able to tell what's going on. Now, all you see is just this right here. So, you respawn, go out in the middle. Good idea, good positioning, especially for ult. And he knocks himself up in the sky. You target Hydrochlorite. Try to get the hood while the Botman and the Spider are attacking you, and you get spiked. Should have at least acknowledged them, especially because Botmon is still alive. So, I think I might be the spider. I can't tell names. Yeah, that's a Botmon. So you need to really address your focus. You've killed Hydrochloric twice. He's gonna quit. You grab Crystal. Good idea. Great job with the dodge, and then go and kill Hydrochloric. He misses ult. Good dodge, and you keep targeting him. Even though the spider is an easier target, you wasted ult. You could have gotten a little more damage out. Switch your focus, please. Yeah, especially when he's scatter spamming you on the ground. You need to like move, please. You're opening yourself up to so much damage just by targeting him needlessly, even though there's other bigger threats in the game. Yeah, the spider and the bot. They have one more stock than you. Yeah, so Botmon is obviously doing really well. He's sitting at mid. Botmon has great positioning. He's shooting from afar into a crowd, not taking any damage, and is getting ult charge off you nerds. So that's what you should have been doing. Okay, so Spider falls off the map. Partially thanks to you. And you go for the Botmon. You're at 40 health right now, and you finish off the Botmon. The Botmon's at 1 right now. 0, and you just chase. You go and turn and see the spider instantly. I knew he was behind you. You turned right when you killed the spider. Your attention switched instantly. A great job right there. Yeah, nothing really to improve on right there. That was really good. It's just simple things that help your gameplay. So you go for the Botmon. Jumping at him instantly, I don't think it's a good idea. I personally play Shoop close range, or not like medium range ult, just because you could have gone and just gone straight up into him and ulted like that. But when you're right next to him, it makes ult really funky when you're playing and you ult right there, and they could dash and get around you, and you could miss some precious seconds on your ult. Anyway, so you go and knock the Botmon off. Good job. And you go and sit there. This right here is something I have to take note on. So of course the screen thing messed up because BKLYN's teleport hacks. Anyway, so you do get and you keep knocking him out, right? A second ago you were strafing, right? You were going and knocking a tin man around. You're doing really good. Right here you kind of stop strafing. Right? You should go back and forward. You're doing good in the beginning when you're the Botman was trying to recover and he's almost at the stage right here. But when you're playing and you're trying to dodge a Botmon or something, strafe, especially when you're gimping. You can't block his shots. He landed a ton of damage onto you, like right here. Look how much damage he's gonna hit you with. Look at that. He took you down to 11 from 30 needlessly while you're trying to gimp him, and you messed up on the gimp. You didn't go for the crystal. Crystal had 0.5 seconds on it. Or 5.5 seconds on it, not. Yeah, crystal spawns and you go and get the Botmon. You finish the Botmon off. Pretty sore positioning right here. I like the dodge through the pillars. That was good. Nice RTL, right? Strategic. You're positioning through the bushes though, because you changed your mind. Like you weren't timing the Botmobile, and then you went and go back and kill him when he was at 4 health, and you just jabbed him essentially. It kind of messed you up when you got hit to the back of here. Could have gone out and grabbed Crystal and then laser spammed him up via the stairs, or you could have gone a little more forward. I mean, you got pinned really hard from those ranks. So now you're at 1 health or 3 health, not 1. Yeah, I could have performed that a little better. Anyway, you all at 3. 3 health ulting with Shoop is not good, especially when 2 of his shots can kill you. Yeah, I guess it's just confidence. You know that you're gonna win this. I mean, it's a free kill ult, but he could have drained you. If this was a good player, you'd be dead. And so you go and you ult him off. He knocks you down to 0 health. And you go down under the map and kill him. The Botmon probably could have recovered, and it would have been a pain for you to get back on. Besides that, I mean, pretty solid gameplay. You went for a spike, that was nice, and you win the game. We start out again on Dojo. Stabilize in your game also. Okay, so we're on Dojo. Pretty bad map. He's like, Prestige, don't underestimate me. Okay, that's adorable. Alright, so you're doing it. Sableye goes and shoots you in the back. You jump around and go towards the Spoder. Spoder moves away from his positioning. Pretty good movement. Good positioning. You're taking advantage of the map. You get hit in the back by rudder and keep going. You kind of get a pattern of what's going on here. So you go and try to punish Sableye's rocket jumping. And shooting at the crowd. That's a great idea. And you pick him off in the air and try to go for Gimp. But he's at high health, so it's not really doing anything. Everyone's crossfiring you. You get hit by the AoE, the web shot from the Spoder, the Marauder Lightning. You're getting demolished right now. But you keep going for the Sableye. You're at 60 health right now, and you got a 5 charge on him. Going for a Gimp. And of course, it's Cluck. You're not gonna Gimp him. Well, unless you get that. Okay, so what? And anyway, good RTL, good RTL positioning where you go straight for the thing. You got to destination. Your RTL was kind of predictable where you're gonna go, and it was obvious that you're gonna go straight across here. Sableye could have gone and rocket jumped you, cluster booked you when you landed here. I would have stopped out here, especially because they were below you. There would be a better positioning. Plus, you're not on RTL as long, which means that your cooldown comes back faster. Alright, because logic. And so you're staying there, below ground and middle, you're shooting people from afar. This is good positioning, good movement, pretty solid gameplay. This is what Dojo really forces you to play, and with good positioning, a lot of the time. And so you go in, you have ult right now, and you're gonna go and clean up on Sableye again. You mess up your ult. Could have gone for the Marauder again. It seems that your Shoop ults are really targeted. Like, you're going for this person and you're determined and you won't go for anyone else. It is partially a flaw. Because you don't have that much ult, you should take what you get, but whatever. If you're gonna go and secure a kill like that, that was good. Something I have to make note of. It's about 5 charges. You had a 5 charge during assault. That was a very good thing. See that 5 right there? I'm pretty sure that you nerds don't. Having a 5 charge ult is amazing. You always want to have, you always want to have a 5 charge after ult so you can go and punish. Because you knock someone out and they can recover now. You knock them out again with a 5 charge, and they're out of recovery. Especially if it's a Cluck and he Trump jumped back or something, or uses flaps. So yeah, 5 charges are great for gimping. You knock that Spoder out, and he's gonna die, which is really good. You're dodging the rocket jumps really well. You're using the stairs, moving around, strafing. Great gameplay right here for Shoop. You tried to go in it, but you messed up. Good 5 charge, solid. And then we go for the Gimp. And your health just got shredded. This is another reason why you strafe while you are, go log here. It makes it so, another thing, going back and forth, pressing A and D actually helps your aim. It makes you a little more accurate if you can get used to it. If you're playing a spam class like Tinner or something. But strafing is good. You don't want to get hit by a clusterbuck like that, and of course the Cluck is not going to recover because, well, you demolished him pretty much. So you're at 0 health right now. You're waiting for him to respawn. Garbage crystal, good, pretty good. You see the Cluck, you instantly turn around. You want to get into the air as much as possible, especially when you're fighting a prestige 3 Cluck, and that prestige 3 Cluck knows how to aim. because he's gonna splash damage you instantly out of nowhere. Because A, you can't tell where people are respawning, and B, well, you can't. They're invisible. They know where you are. Another thing that needs to get removed from Smasher is visible spawning. Get rid of invincibility. But anyway, should have been up in there the entire time after you grab that crystal. Trying to dodge, not getting hit essentially. So you die, you're down to 2 stocks. Good gameplay essentially from here. Fundamentals are really good. And so you go for the cluck, and again, you're using your mobility really well. You're using the map for you. And you go knock him up into there. Your RTL up to him, and then you go above him. I would have stopped RTLing right here. Or actually right here. At this point right here, you should have stopped RTL. Because it pretty much just, like, he got so high up that he's gonna start falling down. And then you're not going to be able to get any spikes, you're not going to be able to get a juggle on him, and you lose your stream of damage. So, and he recovers and gets back on the map. I missed 5 charge. Wasn't that crucial though. And get off the map, and that's the game. There's nothing really that bad. Like, you didn't consistently have problems with the gameplay. You did get comboed by a hydrochlorate, and you should have changed your positioning and your focus in the beginning, but wasn't there's nothing really consistently bad. Your dojo gameplay is pretty good, where you had good targeting, your focus was good, your positioning was great, your map awareness was good. You're using your environment, and your aim isn't bad at all. Could work on your strafing, especially when you're gimping, because yeah, you got punished really hard in both times when you're gimping by the Sableye and by the Botmon. 800799. Yeah, that's his name. I know who he is. Uh, yeah, this is pretty solid gameplay. It's not as good as, like, I mean, I would say this was like right here was kind of like one of your bad moments. You did good with dodging the Botmobile, right? You used RTO well, but when you were just going for the Botmon to finish him, that was just so klutzy. Like, he hit you so much, and you almost died there. Um, so you could work on, like, just basic fights. I think you're at 3 health, so he's gonna knock you around anyway. I guess, I don't know. There's not much I can complain about on. You're good. Essentially, just work on your aim for Shoop, and ults maybe? Your ults weren't amazing. Um, Go and watch Andy Valentine. His ults were pretty good. Like, he has videos of him ulting with Shoop, and that's pretty good. It's a guaranteed kill for him because he'd go ult you when you're in, like, he gets down in your prone position, goes and ults you while you're unready for it, and then knocks you off, and then you try to recover, and then you 5 charges, and then spams you. Pretty good, you know. There's not much I can really talk about here, honestly. There's like I'm trying to go through here and think. It's like, okay, your gimping was pretty good. Your gameplay was solid. You could have dodged more. You could have strafed a little more, especially when you're playing against Hydrochlorate, where he's pounding you because you're just going in a straight line. Um, yeah, because you have that range. You don't need to be in one position, and that doesn't really help your aim either. I mean, I know you know how to aim, so yeah, like this is solid, you know. Yeah, like that was pretty brutal too, where you got like gimped off the map, or not you when you're gimping the clock off the map, and he shot you with cluster buck and flattened your health. Um, there really wasn't much. Like, just serve a little more, work on your ults. Make sure you get in the habit of 5 charging after you ult for Gimp to cancel their recovery. Because that's always a good rule of thumb to have with Shoop, you know? Your RTLs could have used a little more work where you're just positioning it and your RTL timing, because that RTL when you're recovering its hydrochlorate when you lost your first stock on the first match, that was pretty poor. But second match, your RTL, your recover across the center of the map is good. Kind of predictable, but it's still good. So solid gameplay. Not much I can talk about. Thanks, Warlord, for letting me use your video and coach you in your shoot. And hope you have a nice day. Bye.